What if I told you that back in 1973, when many believed muscle cars were already buried under strict emissions laws and Detroit seemed ready to give up, one brand quietly developed the most overbuilt V8 of the entire decade? This wasn't some weekend hot rod project thrown together in a garage. It was a factory engine. A power plant so tough it was designed with dry sump racing oiling in mind, strong enough to handle double its rated output without breaking down, and so scarce that most people have never even heard of it. That engine was Pontiac's Super Duty 455. While Ford, Chrysler, and even Pontiac's fellow GM divisions were stepping back from high performance and scaling down for the new regulatory era, Pontiac refused to roll over. They built something that embodied their rebellious spirit, an engine engineered to comply with emissions laws on the surface, but underneath carried the DNA of a racing motor. It was Detroit's best-kept secret, hidden in plain sight during what many call the darkest years for American performance cars. To understand why the Super Duty 455 was so groundbreaking, you have to look at the auto industry of the early 1970s. By 1972, the writing was already on the wall. The Clean Air Act of 1970 was tightening federal control over car emissions. Insurance companies were punishing owners of powerful cars with outrageous premiums, and public sentiment was shifting against thirsty, high-horsepower machines. On top of that, GM had issued a corporate mandate banning any engine over 400 cubic inches in mid-sized cars. This move had already killed the 454 in the Chevelle SS, the 455 in Buick's GS, and should have ended Pontiac's big block dreams as well. But Pontiac wasn't like the rest of GM. Known as the Rebel Division, Pontiac wasn't ready to give up. Their standard 451, which first appeared in 1970, had already been toned down. The 455 HO originally made a solid 370 horsepower and a stump-pulling 500 pound-feet of torque. But by 1972, compression ratios were dropping, camshafts were becoming tamer, and power ratings across the board were sinking fast. Ford's 429 Cobra Jet was being watered down, Chrysler had killed the six-pack 440, and even the legendary Hemi was fading away. The muscle car party was over, or so it seemed. Inside Pontiac, a group of engineers led by Bill Collins had a different idea. They weren't content with simply building another detuned, emissions-friendly motor. Instead, they wanted to design something special, an engine that looked mild on paper, but was engineered with hidden potential waiting to be unlocked. The result was the Super Duty 455, an engine that carried Pontiac's trademark innovation and rebellious streak, built tough enough for racing, but disguised well enough to pass the regulators and accountants.
The true measure of Pontiac's Super Duty 455 wasn't in its brochure claims, but in its real-world performance. By today's standards, its numbers may not sound earth-shattering, yet in 1973, it was unmatched. A Trans Am fitted with this powerhouse could cover the quarter mile in the mid-13-second range, a feat that left most of its muscle car rivals struggling to break into the 14s. And that was with the conservative factory setup. The magic of the SD455 was how much untapped potential it held. With just a camshaft swap, a set of headers, and some carb adjustments, owners could push output well past 400 horsepower, and the engine's heavy-duty construction meant it could take the punishment without complaint. That was the brilliance of the design. It could be whatever you wanted it to be. In stock form, it was quick, reliable, and street-friendly. But in the hands of an enthusiast, it became a drag strip monster or a road racing machine with power reserves few engines of the era could dream of. It was Pontiac's way of keeping the spirit of performance alive when the rest of Detroit seemed ready to throw in the towel. Finding one of these engines today is a challenge, and even back then, production numbers were painfully low. Pontiac's own records are patchy, but what survives shows just how scarce the Super Duty really was. In fact, only one example is known to have been installed in a Grand Am, making it arguably the rarest Pontiac muscle car ever built. The bulk of production went into Trans Ams and Firebird formulas, yet even those figures were tiny. Registries suggest that around 125 SD455 Trans Ams were built in 1973 and roughly 250 in 1974. Even then, those aren't hard production numbers, just estimates of how many cars survive today. There were plenty of reasons why so few were made. First, the engine wasn't cheap. It added a hefty premium to cars that were already expensive. Then there was the issue of insurance. Companies at the time were cracking down hard on high-performance models, and quotes for a Super Duty-equipped Trans Am could easily double or triple annual costs, scaring off buyers. Most importantly, Pontiac didn't promote the SD455 with the same fanfare as earlier performance icons like the GTO. They deliberately kept it under the radar, knowing that too much attention might trigger unwanted interference from GM brass or federal regulators. The result was an engine that became an underground legend. If you knew about it and you had the money and connections, you could get one of the most capable motors Detroit ever built. If you didn't, you probably never even heard of it. That secrecy only fueled its mystique, and today, genuine Super Duty cars are prized like hidden treasure. Values have soared into six figures, with collectors scrambling to get their hands on authentic examples. Even bare SD455 blocks or cylinder heads fetch thousands of dollars, and the scarcity has created a shadow market of counterfeits. Many standard 455 cars have been passed off as Super Duty models, but those in the know look for specific casting numbers, date codes, and assembly details to tell the real ones apart. While its production run was short, the Super Duty 455 left a lasting mark on American performance. It was the final gasp of old-school muscle, an engine that met the letter of emissions law while hiding a racer's heart beneath the surface. Pontiac's approach influenced the brand's engineering for years. They prioritized durability over flashy horsepower ratings, proving that building a strong foundation was just as important as peak numbers. That philosophy, designing engines tough enough to grow with modifications, would echo far into the future. Modern builders still marvel at how advanced the SD455 was for its time. Features like 4-bolt main caps, forged internals, and even provisions for dry sump oiling wouldn't become mainstream until decades later. In fact, GM's LS engines of the 2000s owe part of their DNA to this philosophy. The idea of creating a bulletproof base that owners could tune and adapt came straight from Pontiac's playbook. The Super Duty also stands as a glimpse of what might have been. Enthusiasts often wonder how the muscle car landscape might have evolved if more manufacturers had followed Pontiac's lead, designing engines that satisfied regulations on paper but carried hidden potential. Instead of the malaise era that defined much of the 1970s, the US might have seen a golden age of tuner-friendly cars long before imports brought that culture mainstream. Even today, tribute builds and modern resto mods keep the spirit alive. Builders are extracting power numbers that Pontiac engineers of the early 70s could only dream of, proving just how forward-thinking the original design really was. And beyond its raw capability, the Super Duty 455 remains a symbol of resistance, proof that the muscle car era didn't have to end in defeat. In the end, the Super Duty 455 wasn't just an engine. It was Pontiac's defiant answer to a changing world, an overbuilt masterpiece disguised as an emissions-compliant motor. Rare, powerful, and endlessly adaptable, it was the ultimate sleeper. And while finding a real one today is like discovering automotive gold, its legacy lives on in every modern performance engine built with strength, reliability, and modification potential at its core. Pontiac's engineers, led by Bill Collins, created a legend that still inspires half a century later. The Super Duty 455, Detroit's secret weapon in the horsepower wars.